Hello to Cayman International School. Here we are for the next portion of Reefs Go Live. Again, my name is Katie and I'm the Science and Education Manager here at the Central Caribbean Marine Institute. And what we're going to do right now is answer all of the questions from yesterday's live underwater broadcast that we didn't get a chance to answer underwater because you guys had so many. So let's go ahead and get started. Jenna asked, how often does coral bleaching happen in the Cayman Islands? Jenna, that's an excellent question, and unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that it happens almost every single year. Usually in the warmest months of the year, August and September. It used to be a phenomenon that only happened maybe once every 10 years, and then every 5 years, and unfortunately now every single year. But a lot of our corals here in the Cayman Islands specifically are what we call resilient, where even though this bleaching happens, our corals are able to recover much more easily and become 100% healthy again. All right, Tessa wanted to know, how do oil spills affect coral? Well, luckily, we have not had any major oil spills here in the Cayman Islands that we know of so far. But when we do have some minor things like a boat gassing up their boat and spilling a bit of the gasoline into the surrounding water, that gasoline can affect the corals in a number of ways. It is pollution, so it will kind of stay in a slick on the surface, which could block out sunlight that those corals need to survive, so that their zooxanth belly can get some of that energy to provide its food. Also, if the oil is treated with what we call dispersants, it's a chemical that we add to it to kind of make it disappear or become removed from the water column, but it's really not removed. It just sinks the oil to the bottom. And if we put those dispersants out on the oil so that they sink, if it's over a coral reef, they could in fact sink onto the coral. And then the coral could accidentally eat that oil or those dispersants, and that would be very harmful and toxic to that animal. And the last question was from Rosa. How can coral help the environment? Well, Rosa, we sort of talked about this a little bit yesterday, but coral can help our environment in a number of ways. Coral provides really lovely habitat for fishes and lobsters and other animals to live in. It's beautiful, so we get to go out there and enjoy the environment, and it makes us want to take care of that environment in a much, more conducive way than maybe we used to. And another way that coral helps the environment is that coral is acting as a sink for all of that excess carbon dioxide that's going into the atmosphere and eventually settling down into our oceans, another topic that we discussed a little bit yesterday. That was it from you guys at Cayman International School. Thank you again so much for joining us for yesterday's Reefs Go Live. I hope you'll be our dive buddies again on April 11th, and until then, dive safely and we'll see you soon.